Hey, this is Terry Wilburn. I am your home recording coach, author of the Radio Ready Report. Today we have on Music Coach one of the world's most phenomenal artists. It's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going down all over the metro area. This man has been on radio. He has been on television. He is one of the top artists right now on Spotify and on Billboard. He has been all over. He's an industry veteran. And I'd like to introduce you today to just a special conversation we want to have with Mr. North Tunes Woodall. Mr. North, how you doing today?
Oh, we blessed, man. I thank you for that great intro. I appreciate it. Those are great words, man. But I'm blessed, man. Too blessed to be stressed, brother. You know,
yes,
to be on this interview. It's an honor and a privilege, man. And I'm glad to be able to share my experience with the hope, and you know, you have to just keep at it, man. One day at a time. Yes, sir. One day at a time.
Well, listen, Mr. North, I've been keeping up with your career back and forth, you know, like checking out some of your Facebook photos, how you're always in the mix of something. And what I mean by that, as an industry veteran, somebody who's been around, could you just introduce yourself to the people who may not know you?
Yes, I go by Tunes. My real name is North Woodall, so it's North Tunes Woodall. And I'm an Army brat, and I moved from born in Mississippi, moved to Kentucky, moved to Hawaii, and I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and that's where the music scene really took off. Started around in the 6th grade, and I always been around wild players. There's Lakeside, there's Slave, there's Heat Rave, there's Roger Zapp. Done a lot of different gigs with these cats and rub elbows. And then I moved down here in Atlanta in 81, man. And, you know, but all the time, even before that, there used to be a show called Ed Sullivan Show, man. And if you got on there, man, you had to be the one. James Brown, Gladys Knight, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. And so, you know, and then, you know, growing up in Dayton around the 70s and stuff like that, man, I started hanging out and listening to rock music and all that. I'm going to the concerts, but also we had the number one R&B station in Dayton was WDAO, and they was playing, you know, James Brown, Temptation, all that. So what I do now, man, I let people know when they listen to what I'm doing, you getting like a gumbo, man, and it's not really too many people don't like gumbo. You know, gumbo has a lot of ingredients. So that's how I look at it. And you see it today. Even when I look around, right, I'm in my musical room here in my office. But man, I got about like 6,000 CDs, man. You know, I don't know, 2,000 cassettes. I'm a connoisseur of it. So the thing is, but even in my iPod, man, I got 60,000 songs in there, man. It's just, you know, you got to have that, to me, a dialogue in the library or the material.
Yeah.
And I like so many different artists and several different kinds of different music, man. So if I want to play a Santana, I can do that. If I want to, play a little James Brown, I can get that kind of feel. So, you know, Prince, and it just goes on and on, man. Jeff Beck, I want to do a vibe like Led Zeppelin. Yes.
Wow.
I went to go see these cats. And I met the lead guitar player, man, of Chicago. I was in the 10th grade, and I went to a concert. And I got a chance to meet him, talk to him. You know, it was up in his hotel room. I had another partner with me who made it and still doing. His name is Stevie Arrington. He played with Slave, and we went to the concert together. And after the show, this guy came out that was playing guitar in the opening band. He told us the band was out there at the airport, so that we was on our way. I was taking Stevie back to his house, so we stopped out there, man. But Terry Kathman, this cat was so bad, man, on the guitar and so talented. He was so bad, Jimi Hendrix used to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, this cat, you know that. And when I met him, man, this cat, man, I was in the 10th grade, man. He let me play his little acoustical guitar. So I played one of his songs, man, and he was saying, oh, yeah. He said, well, it kind of go like this. I said, no, man, this how it go. And my father told me, man, you had a lot of gumption. You going to tell the guy how his song went. I said, well, that's how it sounded to me. You know, we never forget that, man. He just chuckled and laughed, but that's a true story, man. And that was actually in 1970.
Wow. So listen, you mentioned a lot about Slave. That's a heavy funk group. James Brown. Let me ask you, for the people who may not know you, what was the first instrument you played?
Oh, I started off on trumpet, man. I think I started off on trumpet like in the 4th grade because my dad played trumpet, and you know that was cool. But then you know I always lived really when I lived in Dayton. I lived really one block away. Not even a block, half a block from the Wild Players when they were originally. That was in 1966. They was called Untouchables. And so then when I got into like the 11th, 12th grade, I lived one street over from Sats. And I used to go around kicking with Sats all the time. And I used to go to a couple gigs with them. And, you know, from time to time. So I've been all, you know, been around that scene. But no, let's go back to your question again. Is that you say it to me again because I kind of got off in.
Well, what a lot of people may be listening who are going to get into the music industry, into playing an instrument. What's your favorite? What do you play right now?
Oh! I got you. That's right. So no, I started off on trumpet, and then I don't know. I just kind of fell in love with the guitar. So my daddy got me the trumpet. And then I sweet talked my mom and get me the guitar, so we ended up having to keep the guitar on the bed for a while till we got more familiar, you know. So then they went on and started accepting me playing guitar. So and that's the main instrument I play. But on any given night on the gig, man, sometimes I wish I did play trumpet because I'd be the first one up out of there. Because all you gotta do is put 2 pieces in the case and you're out of there. But with guitar, man, but with guitar, I got amplifiers, I got chords, I got pedals, and microphone. But it's all good. I just think that, but it's some truth to that.
Yes, sir. So, what was your inspiration for playing the guitar over anything else?
I guess this, you know, and when it first started, man, this was amazed to hear someone get that sound or play, and then you look at the strings, man. You know, when people look at it and they never got it, it's like almost looking like a violin, man. You know, it takes time. Wow. You got to put your time in there, man. You know, because you got 6 strings and you be trying to play one string and hit the other string. But after the more you do it, it just comes like drinking water, man. So what happens is you don't think about that when, you know, what string it is. It's a gift, man, from the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's what the deal is. Yeah. I was self-taught.
Wow. Wow, really?
No, I was just gonna say I started this, you know, learning on my own by ear, and then eventually, when I got down in Atlanta, I did some technical training. Went to the school down there. It's called AIM, Atlanta Institute of Music. It's for guitar players, drummers, and bass players. They can really help tighten up, complete some of the holes that was in my theory and plan and stuff like that, and, you know, and chords and stuff. So. But when I first started off, but you got to have the love for it, man. I remember back in Dayton, man, some guys I talked with, man, we used to just push the equipment through the snow, man, just to play.
Wow.
We didn't even know what a gig was, but see, it was about the love for the music. But you know, it's a little different down here with people, man. Everybody just want to be a hired gun, man. You know, back in Dayton, though, man, you was in the band, you know, you was with the band, and that's what it was, man. We push equipment. I just think about that, man. I had this big custom amplifier, man. That bad boy was like 6 feet tall, man. Just imagine pushing it 2-3 feet snow, man, just to go down there and practice, man. But you know, there's the loyalty to the craft, man. You know.
Yeah.
But that's true.
So let me ask you something. It's been a while since I've been in the studio with you. Now, last time I checked, you had a top 100 song on Billboard. Is that right?
Yeah, that's kind of going on right now with the current single, "Giving You the Best That I Got." So it's on. Okay. It's 4 or 5 different charts, and one chart it's these smooth different jazz stations. They have different smoothjazz.com, Smooth Jazz Network. There's a place called it's a guitar.com, and right now it's number 10 on the guitar thing. Is other Smooth Network is 36. SmoothJazz.com is number 47. So it's a thankful and it's a blessing, man, because what happens when you look around and see all the people that's maybe before you, ahead of you, and people behind you, especially in the top 100, and you see these names of people that you admire, and you know they on major labels, and you independent, it ain't nothing but through the grace of the Most High, man. You see what I mean?
That's right, man. Yes, sir. Let me ask you, did you record this song at home, or did you collaborate outside of your home studio? Because you have a home studio, is that right? Is that right?
Right. The way the industry is been now, it's a combination of both, and you end up saving yourself a lot more money if you got your own facility and you get a great sound. Then most likely the people that you working with, you can just email the song to somebody. They can open up and they can do their part and you send it back. And that's what I've been doing with this young man. His name is Chris Big Dog Davis. He actually lives in Connecticut. So he'll send me the track, and then I'll open up and I'll play it on it and put my part, and I'll send it back to him. Next thing you know, you hear it, man, it's radio ready. So everybody got their different ways of doing it, but that's the way it's working for me now. Having a band here,
Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. It saves on time. It saves on time and it saves on money. So it just depends on who you're working with and how they working with. But my other goal is to by me have my own studio here. I'm working on getting the band to get for us to stir up the spirits and come up with something. And then that way I also can send it to this guy, Chris Big Dog Davis, because he's got that Midas touch, man. And he can listen to it and whatever you got, make it better. And that's what it's all about.
Okay. How did you end up meeting him?
Well, there's a guy in Connecticut. His name is Stuart Stone. He's a DJ. And he was been playing. I got 4 CDs out. Okay. And this guy started picking up my stuff on my second CD and then third CD. And so when we talked over the phone, man, he, gave nothing but love and positive feedback. So he told me I should reach out and talk to this guy because he said, this guy's always looking to work with new people. So that's what I did. I called him up and he told me what the arrangement was. So I got on the plane. I went up there. I'd never been to Connecticut, man. In my life, I got up there and got a hotel room and met him on Thursday night. And we had something to sit down and eat at Subway. And the next day, Friday, I drove over to his house, man. And it's like, man, he lived way out in the country, man. I'm talking about close to James Taylor and all them kind of folks. I said, man, it felt just like going in Dayton, Ohio. It was snowing. I said, oh, man, I didn't want to see no more of this. That's why I moved to Atlanta. So I got over there, met him, and we did the recording, man. This cat worked on the song all that Friday, and I came back Saturday, put down my track, and then I booked up out of there Sunday, man. And so, but it was a great experience. I rented a car, man, got a hotel room, do what it do, man, took care of everything that needed to be taken care of. And I'll never forget that first experience, man, because that vision he has of music and making the song sound like it did, it was totally incredible. So
wow.
Yeah. So you got to go check it out as a version of Full of Love or Money, man. But it's hitting hard, Doc. It's hitting hard. Yeah, man.
Now, how long did it take y'all to record that song, from start to finish, and put it out?
Well, this was the deal too. When I went up there, I had already had a lot of the tracks done, you know, and I had the saxophone part on there, I had some background vocals, and I had the initial idea of what tempo that I wanted. So, but when he heard it, anything, and I told him the tempo, he just revamped pretty much everything because he knew what to do. So we worked on the song Friday, and by 11 or 12 o'clock, he had it kind of like how he wanted. And so I just say, hey, man, I'll come back tomorrow, man, because I'm a little late and jet lag, whatever. I came back the next day. He had everything on there that needed to be. All I had to do was to put my lead on it. And then when I got back from that, a couple months after that, I put it out.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, a lot of people these days, they need to understand that home studios can, just like you said, save a lot of time, a lot of money, because I know, like you said earlier, you know, you had this big 6-foot amp you had to push through the snow. You know what I mean? And right now you can just do all this stuff right from home and send it over the email and let somebody else deal with all that drama, right?
Technology, man. Yeah, it's technology, man. It's amazing. You know, technology is just, man, you just try to keep following the trail, man. You will never get ahead of it, but you know, and if you want to save yourself money and then you can also, it can end up being more lucrative for you because you got a studio that you maybe can take on, different selected clients. You know, I'm not trying to be commercial, but, you know, I try to stimulate some guys in the band, but then, you know, you can also pick up a few dollars, you know?
Yeah, that's what it's about. Listen, I just wanted to ask you maybe a couple more questions. Mainly, I know you've been out there, like you said, you mentioned Chris Big Dog Davis. You got a hit on Billboard right now. You've been all over the country, worked with probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of people over your career. Let me ask you something. What's your most favorite show ever done, and why?
Well, I guess it's one of the most favorite shows I've done. Actually, took them out, was with my homeboys, the Lakeside. They actually came to Atlanta, and the lead singer, me and the lead singer was in the first band ever, and that was back in Dayton, Ohio, 1966. We started off. He was my drummer. Now he's the lead singer of Lakeside. So what happened was, the original guitar player at Lakeside, he was under the weather. And they came to Atlanta, and they do this concert that's called like the Funk Fest. They have about 6 or 7 bands on it. They had Midnight Star, they had Brother Johnson, and they had a couple more people. And Lakeside was with them. Now, man, I'm telling you, it was 17,000 people out there, man. That's a mini little Woodstock. And so then he go to the real deal. So the singer, Mark Wood, he called me. He said, hey, man, how would you like to hear with Lakeside? I said, of course, man. I said, you know, I already know majority of all y'all songs, man, because I got every one of them. So he said, go out and get the live version of Lakeside. And he said, we'll be in town, and we're playing Friday night and Saturday night, man. He said, this week, he said, come over, come be at the backstage at a certain time. Okay, I pulled up, I was in the backstage, got out, got my guitar, and they were doing the sound check. So I did the sound check, man, and after that, he said, be back around there 9:30. I came back, man, and it wasn't no really rehearsal, man, but I mean, I can tell the world now. It's not like I didn't want to rehearse, but I already knew the songs and the keys that they do. So, I've been playing their music, but never had an opportunity like this. So, man, we get in the dressing room, and actually the bass player, he's also from Dayton, Ohio. Me and him went to the same high school together. He lives here now. So, but the other guys in the band, they didn't know me, and they had a guitar player there too. He was a little short guy though. I guess he played with a lot of degree because he came from California. He was the drummer's friend. So Mark is the lead singer, so he got pulled. So he asked me. I said, okay, so I'm in the dressing room, and you know, some of the guys looking at you strange, whatever, man. And like, you know, Mark said, don't worry about it, man. And so he said, well, I need you to put this outfit on, man. I said, okay, I'll put the outfit on. So I didn't have my shirt buttoned up. So the drummer and the percussion guy, they wanted me like show they you know, so they stood, they looked at me and said, yeah, man, you need to button your shirt up. You need to button your shirt up before you got there. I said, okay. I buttoned my shirt up. I didn't say nothing, you know, I'm just checking out. We go out there and play, man. And then after we played, we came back in the dressing room. The guy who was doing the mix, the sound guy, he came in and said, man, who was that cat playing that guitar, man? He said, man, I had him all in the mix. And the other guy, he said, I didn't have him in the mix, man. He was just coming through the monitor, man. But that flavor you was doing, I said, appreciate it. So then after that, I looked over to the drummer and the percussion and said, hey, man, you don't mind if I unbutton my shirt, do you? He said, oh, no, man, you can unbutton your shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the next night, I went and played with them down in Macon, man. And that's one exciting experience, man. And if you don't mind, I got one more real quick. They got a place here in Atlanta. It's called the Sweet Food Lounge, and they have big name acts come through here every Thursday, man. You know, and so I did on my third album. I did a song. I had the opportunity to do a song with Tom Brown, who put out the song "Funkin' for Jamaican," right? So I did a remix of Keith Sweat, I Want Her. And I said, you know, I want to trumpet. So I called up Tom Brown. He said, yeah, man, I do it. So even back then with the modern, he said, just send it to me, man. I sent him the track. He put his part down, sent it back, and the guy I was working with, he put it all together. So a year or two after that, he came through Atlanta, man, and the promoter guy called me and said, yeah, man, I'm sitting here with your boy Tom Brown. He said, you know, he's going to be at the gig, man. And I said, oh, that's cool. So what's up, Tom? So Tom said, yeah, man, why don't you come on down, man? Come on down, sit in with me. I said, okay, man, y'all going to kick out a brother some gas and, you know, the biscuits or something? What's up? Right. He said, yeah, we come on down. So I came on down, man, and they had a band, and they had the house band. I needed a guitar player. So I'm saying, like, I said, then we went through the song. I said, you know, what I want to do, I want to do the song that me and you did together. He said, okay. So they put that in. And I'm saying, like, now, wait a minute, I'm not going to play the whole show with you, man. But, you know, for these little peanuts, you got a good guitar player. So we did the song, and you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and check it out, man. I Want Her. I Want Her by Keith Sweat. And we started doing the song, man, and the song was vibing, man. So I told him, I said, you don't mind if I walk the room, do you? And he said, oh, no, man. You know, because some people don't. They think you upscaling them or whatever you want to call it. And so when it's time for me to do my solo, so I got a wireless. I walked off the stage, man. I walked through the whole crowd, man. And I came back, circled back around, came back up. You see, the people was digging that, man. They were digging on that vibe, man. But it was just a really good vibe. And at the end, you got to watch it all the way to the end. When the band stopped, you could hear how the people respond, man. You know, they was clapping and stuff like that, man. So then after that, I did one song. Okay, I just broke my stuff down. I was checking the show. He trying to call me back up there. And the next day, I'm saying, man, I done broke my stuff down. He turned around the guitar. Oh, he won't mind you play the guitar, man. I said, oh, man, I ain't gonna want to be, you know, I went on. I think I played, I don't know, I think we played Mr. Magic or something. After that, I just say, thank you, man. But I'm good, man. I'm going to sit back and, you know, enjoy the show because I'm saying, you know, no, man, you shouldn't do that because you ain't getting paid. I mean, the other guy getting paid, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, what I got was more than about money is the fact that, you know, people seeing what the response. And then I had a brand new MIDI pad, and I had a guy take the whole thing. That's how I'm able to have the footage, man, because, you know, when you see the footage, it just is more powerful than it is for me just talking about it. You know? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, listen, man, we don't want to hold all your time tonight. Just before you go, what would you have to say to like the home recording artists, like whether it be a male or female, you know, whether they be a rapper or a singer or engineer, producer, even a guitar player, you know, someone may be listening. What kind of advice would you have for just somebody starting out, trying to get to the next level?
Okay, the commitment, man. You need to check yourself and say, this is what I really want to do. If that's what you really want to do, you got to do your homework, man. Your homework, you got to, you know, it's like the master class. You got to seek out people who's doing what you want to be doing, and then do your research and stay on your craft, man, and stay prayed up. Know where your blessings come from. You know?
Yes, sir.
You just got to work at it. It's like anything else, man. Nobody can go down to any bank and go in there and say, I want to withdraw, and you ain't made no deposits. It's not going to happen, man.
Wow.
It's not going to happen. Keep it real. Whatever you want, you got to work at it.
That's right. Man, thank you. You have blessed. Hey, you blessed me. Hey, you are the man. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Before you go, just let the people know how can they find you.
Okay, you can go to my website. I always try to send people there. I'm on all social media platforms. But you need to put in a number 2, UNES.net. That's tunes.net. All the information out there. And if you want to holler at me straight up, I'm not on the telephone person, man. That's old school, you know what I'm saying? Just hit me up. I mean, as long as you talk about something, it's good. You know, I mean, I laugh on a joke. You don't do no playing. Ain't no business to playing, you know. But you don't squander your time. So we're to be of service and help out. And it's two-way street. So let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Hey, we appreciate you so much, Mr. Tunes. You are a legend. Hey, one thing I would say to those who are listening, just keep the faith. Remember Mr. Tunes' advice, always stay committed. I love that fact that he has been committed over the years, and hey, he worked so hard, and that's why right now he's reaping the benefits of his success, of his rewards, of his staying committed. If you want to see more results in your own career and your own music, hey, just like he said, you need to start at home, man. Start saving you a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and stay committed over your process. That's the main ingredient. Again, thank you, the legendary North Tunes Woodall. We thank you, man, for being here, a guest on Music Coach today.
Right on, man. They feel the same way about you, my brother. It's all good. One love.
One love. Peace.